Hey guys, Carl from Technical Endurance Skills Training School. I'm down at the track today doing some engine testing with the TSP two-stroke performance kits. So a couple of months ago I fitted the TSP head, medium head, and the ECU upgrade to this bike. It's my bike, it's my son's bike. Both bikes are virtually identical. Both bikes have had fresh pistons in them, some servicing done on them, so they're running nice and clean. I have, in the last 2 or 3 months, been having a few issues with this bike. From mid quarter to mid throttle, it was very blurby, very fluffy. It turned out it was the crankcase pressure sensor that Eurotech helped me identify. And then what you do is you switch the two crankcase sensors, the two sensors around, and if the blurbiness goes away, then you know one of the sensors is faulty, and then you replace it. So so when I just put the TSP kit on initially, at that time I didn't know that I had a crankcase pressure sensor problem, and so in the beginning it was still a bit blurby, but then when you open it up, the bike just absolutely flew. It was super strong. Fixing the crankcase pressure sensor problem, yeah, amazing. Like the bikes are now super powerful, super crisp, clean all the way through the rev range. The bike feels very strong. So I've been riding the bike for the last few days with the medium head on, and it's amazing. I've had a few guys ride the bike. One guy's comment was that this 300 is stronger than his 450 motocross bike, and so the bike puts out phenomenal power with this medium head. And very smooth and usable power. It's not like it's aggressive and uncontrollable, etc. So, but yeah, I've been finding that I get quite tired riding it. The best way I could describe it really is if you go from a 250 to a 300, that's what the TSP kit feels like. It feels like going from a 300 to a 350 two-stroke, if that makes any sense. It's just that jump up in terms of power. Because I do mainly extreme riding, and I try to ride as smooth as possible, I've been talking to a few people, and the recommendation is to run the low compression head. Now, TSP sells the heads in two pieces. There's a base plate and a top plate, and all you have to do to change the compression ratio is get a different base plate. So it's actually quite cost effective to just run a different base plate, and 100 and whatever pounds. And so I've put the low compression base plate in today. You don't have to change anything else. Same spark plug, same settings, same everything else. And I've already been doing a little bit of riding this morning, and the bike feels awesome. I mean, it's still strong. It feels, compared to this bike, it feels a bit more, a bit less lean, if that makes any sense. Like, this bike has got a real crisp zinginess to it, the standard bike with a standard head and the standard ECU. This bike feels a bit more like a car bike. It's still stronger than the stock setup, but it's not quite as much of a jump as to go to the medium compression head. So at the moment the bike feels really good. There's a bit more fluffiness. I'll show you something else if I can get the camera. I'll get this here. You'll notice on this bike, teeny little bit of oil coming out there, and then on this bike, absolutely nothing. Now look, that might be due to the I haven't actually replaced the crankcase pressure sensor yet, so that could be the issue. Yeah, so you've seen the little oil slick on this one, and it's not on that one. I haven't actually replaced the crankcase pressure sensor just yet. It's still the one that I've just swapped around, so in theory that could still be playing up a little bit. But you look, overall the bike feels amazing. The low comp head is, for me personally, definitely the one to go for. I spoke to David Knight very briefly. David's doing a video on his 300 two-stroke build, so look out for that. It'll drop sometime. He's tested all three heads as well, and he said to me that the low is what he prefers for everything, faster riding and the more extreme stuff. So yeah. So just to finish off, guys, I've been riding this bike now for about an hour. Very nice, strong, smooth power. The bike doesn't get away from me as much as it did with the medium head. It's definitely more controllable. Still feels stronger than the stock bike. And like I say, the most notable difference is the fact that the stock bike has got almost like a lean, zingy type of feel to it, and then this bike is a bit more like a fluffy feel, like a carburetor bike, you know. It's the best way I can describe it. But yeah, very impressed. I don't think anybody needs any more power than this, honestly. The bike isn't running particularly hot. I've been doing quite a bit of clutch control type stuff, still running in the 70 degrees mark. I would normally expect it to be sort of somewhere up 84 by now, but so it seems to be running a little bit cooler than with the last head as well. Very impressed. Give it a look in, definitely. Okay.